Now, I get it. You're really tired of wearing clothes that don't fit you very well, and you have thought about looking into getting a sewing machine to fix that problem for you, and you've seen some really expensive, like $400, $500 machines. And you're trying to figure out, okay, is that a smart idea, or is that really, really stupid? And when you're new, it's really hard to figure that out because those new machines, they look fantastic. They look kind of futuristic in a lot of ways. They've got all kinds of buttons and features and different things that make it look like it's gonna make the whole DIY tailoring process easier, right? Especially when you compare that to a used sewing machine that looks like it's seen some things. It's been around the block. Let's just put it that way. It's been sitting in somebody's basement for 30 years and they haven't touched it in forever. And while your logic is sound in a lot of ways, that expensive sewing machine isn't always necessarily gonna make this whole process easier for you. Now, sometimes it does, sure, but other times you just kind of left wondering why I spent so much money on the sewing machine and my clothes still look like hot garbage. And that's where a lot of beginners get tricked because you're not trying to become a sewing expert by any means. You're not trying to become a tailoring expert by any means. You just want your clothes to fit better. So the potential mistake is thinking that if I just suck it up and buy a really, really expensive sewing machine right off the bat, I'm not gonna regret it. It's gonna make this whole process easier for me. It's gonna make learning how to tailor easier for me. And again, that's sound in a lot of ways. Expensive usually means better. I am a proponent of the buy once, cry once mentality. And I used to be the complete opposite where I would buy something really cheap and it would last for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months or whatever it's gonna be, and I would have to go and replace it again. I used to do this all the time with shoes. I would buy the cheapest pair of shoes that I could find and continuously replace them as opposed to sucking it up and just buying an expensive pair of shoes off the bat that I knew were gonna last me for longer than any of those cheaper pairs of shoes would have. So as a beginner, it makes sense to take that same logic and apply it over to sewing machines. I might as well buy the most expensive one right off the bat so I don't have to replace it. I don't have to worry about any hiccups or any issues later on down the road. I'm gonna buy once and I'm gonna cry once. So you dive into it and you start sewing a straight stitch and it's coming out a little bit janky. You don't know what's going on. You thought that you set it properly. The machine walked you through all the steps in regards to setting it up properly. Why does your stitch look like crap? So then you stop and you think to yourself, okay, well maybe I just suck at this. Maybe I just suck at tailoring my clothes. I'm not good at it. But come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's not that you suck at tailoring your own clothes. It's that you bought too much machine for what it is that you need. When it comes to buying a sewing machine, whether it's new or used, you honestly want to look for something pretty boring and pretty ordinary. It doesn't stand out by any means. Just one that makes a straight stitch, a zigzag stitch, has the ability to put a back stitch on your stitch when you start sewing. That's a tongue twister, I think. And then as well as adjusting the stitch tension. Super basic, super boring things that like 99.5% of all sewing machines can do. A straight stitch is what you're gonna use the majority of the time. Are you hemming a pair of jeans? Straight stitch. Are you taking in the side seams of a t-shirt or a dress shirt? Straight stitch. Are you altering your jeans in any other way, shape, or form, or altering the side seams on any other garment in any way, shape, or form? Yeah, you guessed it, straight stitch. And a zigzag stitch is used when you either need to finish off that side seam after you do some cutting so you can prevent it from fraying on you, or you need to use a stitch that's got a little bit of a stretch to it, a little bit of give to it. You're gonna use that on like your workout clothes, things like that. Any kind of synthetic athletic type of material where you wanna maintain that elasticity and that breathability, you're gonna use what's called a narrow zigzag stitch. And a back stitch isn't even a stitch in and of itself. It's more of a technique or a move where it just locks in that stitch when you begin and finish sewing so that, again, it doesn't like unravel on you in the sewing machine, the washing machine. So don't become hypnotized with all those sewing machines out there with so many features and details that are really trying to kind of, communicate to you, hey, you should buy me. I'm gonna make this whole process way easier for you. No. We want boring. We want simple. We want things that are just very ordinary and plain Jane. You want a machine that is made by a reputable brand, let's say like Singer or Brother, because in the event that something goes wrong, you want to be able to type that name into Google search or YouTube search and find all kinds of different troubleshooting videos because other people have had the exact same problem. Whereas if you buy some random no-name brand that is really hard to pronounce, yeah, good luck finding help with that one. And if you spend a lot of money on that brand new sewing machine, it's gonna be real serious. You're gonna look at it as like a real serious thing, and then you're gonna kind of look at it in the corner of the room like, wow, I should probably try that. And it's gonna sit there, it's gonna collect dust, you're gonna get angry because you spent so much money on it, and you're like, all right, sweet, buyer's remorse. So here is a simple rule of thumb for you. Don't buy the machine that looks impressive, buy the machine that just looks ordinary and usable and boring. It's got enough power in order to handle all the projects that you want to tackle, and that doesn't mean that you need a heavy-duty sewing machine, because you can use a denim needle in a regular sewing machine and you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of that. And once you figure out what type of machine that you want to get, that you should look for, you also want to know what types of machines that you should avoid, because there's a few. They look and seem harmless, they have the features that you're looking for, but you go and try and use it and you are not gonna have a good time. Let's go figure out what those are. It's in the next video. I'll see you over there. SD out. Y'all get double deuces today.